Today we're going to work with our fourth mathematical operation involving decimals. Take a moment, write your learning target in your math journal. Today we will divide decimals with a remainder using a place value understanding and relate to the written method. So we're going to be using the place value chart as we divide and also use the standard algorithm to divide whole numbers into a decimal. We're going to start with our first application problem, learning how to use this new skill, dividing decimals. It is a bag of potato chips contains 96 hundredths grams of sodium. If the bag is split into 8 equal servings, how many grams of sodium will each serving contain? Write your answer in the grid. So are we going to be dividing up the 96 grams of sodium? Or are we dividing the 8 equal servings? We're going to take 96 hundredths and we're going to divide it 8 equal ways, 8 equal servings. Well, if we do so, we're going to do 96 divided by 8. 96 divided by 8 is going to give us 12 hundredths in written form. Or, in standard form, you would get 12 hundredths grams of sodium per serving. We're going to show you two ways to answer the problem today. We're going to show you on a place value chart, and also we're going to show you using the standard algorithm. We're going to start with the units. We're looking at the units as the ones place, the tenths place, and the hundredths place. So we're going to place 6 and 72 hundredths across our units. So in the ones we have 6. In the tenths we have 7. In the hundredths we have 2. Now, if we were to put these into groups, we're looking at 3 groups. So how can we divide our 6 into 3 equal groups? We can put 2 in each group. How can we divide our 7 into 3 equal groups? We can put 2 into each group and we'll have how many left over? We'll have 1/10 left over. We're going to bring it to the hundredths place. How many hundredths will that make? We'll make 10 hundredths. So now we have 12 hundredths, the 2 original from our 6 and 72 hundredths, and the 1/10 that we brought to the hundredths place. How can we divide 12 hundredths equally into 3 groups? Put 4 in each group. Some of you may remember this and it might look familiar for Big 7 or Sticks and Stones that you've used previously. We're going to take this now and put it into the place value chart, from the place value chart into the standard algorithm. So now we're dividing 3 into 6 ones. So we took the 3 groups, we broke apart the 6 ones. Each time we put 2 in each of the 3 groups. 2 times 3 is our 6. We're going to subtract. Remember, we divide, multiply, subtract, check, bring down. I'm writing down the side so we can remember. So we divided into 6. We got 2. We multiplied 2 times 3 to get 6. Now we're going to subtract. What's 6 minus 6? We're going to check to make sure this number here is smaller than 3. It should always be smaller than our number on the outside. And then we're going to bring down our next digit. And we're going to do the process over again. How many times will 3 go into our 7? Well, we learned over here it will go in 2 times. 2 times 3 is our 6. And here was our 1 that was left over that we brought to the hundredths place. So 7 minus 6 is 1. Bring down your next digit. 3 will go into 12. 4 times. 4 times 3 is exactly 12. We have no remainder in this problem. The answer to 6 and 72 hundredths divided by 3 is 2 2400ths. If we were going to check this on the side, how do we check the division problems? Well, we multiply. We learned that scale multiplying decimals, 2 2400ths times our 3 groups. 3 times 2 is 12. 3 times 2 is 6. 1. 3 times 2 is 6. And then we're going to put our 2 decimal places behind the decimal, 6 7200ths, which is exactly what we've started our problem with, so our answer is correct. Now let's switch roles and see if you're able to fill out the units and the groups, and I'll work the standard algorithm. We'll use the standard algorithm and then put the items into the place value chart. So if I were dividing 4 into 5 1600ths, where would I begin? I'm going to divide first into the ones place, so 4 will go into 5 one time. 1 times 4, so we're multiplying, be 4. We're going to subtract. 5 minus 4 is going to give us 1. We check to make sure the 1 is smaller than the outside number. There's a 4 there, so yes, we are smaller. Then we're going to bring down the next digit. We're now dividing 4 into 11. 4 is going to go into 11 2 times. 2 times 4 is 8. 11 minus 8, we get 3. It's still smaller than 4, so we bring down the next number. We're now going to divide 4 into 36. 4 is going to go into 36 an even number of times without going over. 4 is going to go into 36. Remember your multiplication facts. What times 4 gives you 36? We're looking at 9. 9 times 4 will give us an even 36. So now let's see how we would put 5 1600ths into 4 equal groups going across our place value chart. In the ones place, we're going to put 5 ones. In the tenths place, there's 1/10. In the hundredths place, there's 600ths. We're starting in the ones place. We know we can put 1 of these ones in each, and we're going to bring the remaining 1 over to the tenths place and add, break it into 10 tenths. We now have 11 in the tenths place. We can put 2, 6, 8, which means 3 are going to go over to the hundredths place. We now have 36 in the hundredths place, and we can put 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In each of our 4 groups. So if you're a visual learner, or if this process is helping you, you can use it. We're also using the standard algorithm. A side-by-side comparison will help you learn to divide decimals. Problem 2, we have 6 7200ths, which is something we did with problem 1, but now we're going to divide it into 4 equal groups, just like on our sample problem. So we have our 6 ones, our 7 tenths, and our 2 hundredths. Now we're dividing into 4 equal groups. 4 will go into 6 one time, 1 in each group. 1 times 4, we'll have 2 left over. So these 2 are moving over into the tenths place. Now I have 27 in the tenths place. 4 will go into 7 are 6 times, so we can put 6 in each one of our groups. 6 times 4 is 24. So we'll have 3 left over. 3/10, so each of those makes a tenth over here. We now have 32 in the hundreds place. And when we divide 4 into 32, we're going to get a whole 8. We're going to put 8 in each one of these. So we're dividing that 8 into 32 into 4 equal groups, which is 8. And show how you would check your problem. How would you check your work for problem number 2? We're going to use the inverse operation of division. We're going to multiply the numbers. And problem 3, we're going to use the place value chart and our written method. Our written method, the standard algorithm. We're going now to the thousands place. So we have 6 into 6 and 372 thousandths. We have 6 ones. We have 3/10, 7 hundredths, and 2 thousandths. We'll start with our 6 groups. And we're dividing 6 into 6 groups, so they'll evenly divide 1 time. 1 in each group. 6 will go into 6 1 time. 6 times 1 is 6. Subtract. Bring down your 3. So now we have 3. How are we going to divide 3 into these groups? Just like in standard division, if you're unable to divide in, you put a 0. So we're going to have no groups, and all 3 of these tenths are going to join the hundreds place. 0 times 6 is 0. 3, and bring down. We now have 37 hundredths. We're going to divide the 37 equally into the 6 groups. They're going to get 6 each. 6 times 6 is 36. So 6 times 6, 36. One of these guys is going to go the thousandths place. We're going to put 10. Always in powers of 10. We now have 12 in the thousandths place, which means we know that 6 will go in 12 2 times. Put 2 in each of these groups to represent our 2 hundredths for each group. 2 times 6 is 12. Our answer is 1 and 62 thousandths. Let's quickly recap what we were doing today with the dividing decimals. The remainder using place value understanding and relate to the written method. Here are some questions, some comprehension questions to see where you stand with this skill. How are dividing decimals and dividing whole numbers similar? How are they different? Look at the quotients in problems 1A and 1B. You can flip back. What did you notice about the values of each one in the ones place? 1A was 3 groups. 1B was 4 groups. What did you get? What did you have a quotient for in the ones place? Explain why 1B has a 0 in the ones place. Were we not able to divide in there? Look at that one. And explain your approach on problem 5. I did not see a problem 5, so you'll be able to skip that one. Today, we were able to divide decimals with a remainder using the place value understanding and relate to the written method.